Hello. Good magical Monday, everybody.
It's Monday again.
It is, and we're here on our almost famous podcast. You can make it famous if you share and you tell your friends and you invite people. In fact, get on your phone now and start telling people to join us right now.
Right.
Do it now. Share our TikTok.
Go over there so I can
let's see who's here. Let's see who have we. Oh my goodness gracious me!
All right, we got Gilda and Savannah and Sean and Laura and Jess and Logan.
Well, there you go.
Good Monday, everybody.
There you go. Isn't that cool and trendiferous? Thank you. So life is wonderful. So we've got lots to talk about today. I don't know if you guys know.
It's stuff coming the end of the week.
Weird stuff. So yeah, as we get close to the summer solstice, it just so happens that full moon actually occurs bang on the summer solstice.
Right. So now what do we know about the summer solstice? When does it occur?
Ding. When the
0 degrees Capricorn, right?
Summer solstice?
Oh, 0 degrees Cancer, sorry.
She went to Australia for a minute there, mate.
0 degrees Cancer, sorry.
So, yeah, the sun was directly overhead the Tropic of Cancer.
Yes.
So it will enter at 0 degrees Cancer or thereabouts, although there's probably a little bit of...
So for the moon to be full on that day, that's where I was going.
Oh, it would be the Capricorn.
It's got to be 0 degrees, the opposite, right?
Yeah,
0
pretty much.
Capricorn.
It is. And it is. Actually, the full moon is at 0 degrees Capricorn this time. So it's because we get 2 Capricorn full moons coming up, which is kind of interesting. So we get a blue moon as well, but not this one. This one isn't a blue moon.
Not a blue moon.
The wind is crazy, speeding things up. Well, you know, Pepto-Bismol.
Summer solstice, 0 degrees Cancer. First Capricorn full moon, 0 degrees Capricorn. And then the next month we have a very late degree Capricorn full moon. We do. So I'll talk about that after you talk about your stuff.
All right, so there's some other interesting things. So when actually the sun ascends to its zenith in the sky, so to speak, at the summer solstice, at the solar maximum, it also is going to occur this time at the full moon, which actually is the maximal lunar standstill.
What does that mean?
What the chuff is that? Now, if you was like one of those people who went outside and looked at the heavens regularly, and over a number of years, you will notice that the sun rises and sets and the moon rises and sets. But the point where the moon hits its maximum ascendant in the sky, its maximum declination, as they call it in its proper technical term, is what's known as a lunar standstill. It gets there, and then it will come, further down until it gets to the lowest declination.
Right, because we have the word
sky.
Solstice, meaning soul, sun, stand still. Solstice,
so to speak.
Yeah, but the lunar one.
Well, you could call it a lunistis, couldn't you?
You could.
That would be a bit of a mouthful, though. I tried saying that a few times, and it's not easy. Lunistis.
So they don't call it that commonly.
No, but you can call it.
But it's not all that common anyway.
Well, no, because it's an 18.6 year cycle, which is kind of interesting that you would notice that. And that's getting onto things like Saros. What's a Saros? S-A-R-O-S. These and other interesting things we'd like to discuss at length, but we haven't got... We could go off into the weeds here. But it's just the fact that everything is occurring at the same time is kind of interesting.
Right.
And purportedly, it looks like the sun is about to switch its magnetic poles as well, which is why there's been this huge amount of
solar flares.
Yeah. So we've had an interesting lifetime so far. We got to see the northern lights.
Let's think about this.
Think about it. We'll think about it.
Let's think about this. So we have the summer solstice.
We do.
And on that day we have a 0 degrees Capricorn full moon.
We do.
And we have this
maximal lunar standstill.
This lunistis. And all of these things are going to happen, and scientists, astronomers are saying that it's very possible that the sun is going to shift poles.
It appears to be looking that way. Apocalypse? Well, I don't know. We've had a plague of spongy moths.
No, I think that all of this is, again, this tick of the clock into the age of Aquarius. These things that are changing.
There certainly is. I mean, this palpable. You know, like the old guard never wants to let go, do they?
Right.
This is that's what we see right now in the geopolitical stage, for want of a better word. We see this last ditch attempt, this last throw of trying to hold on to the ideas of
the 70s.
white supremacy, masculine domination. You know, all
the
of
same
this
fights that we fought at the first tick.
Christian nationalism. What a great word that is, eh? Oh dear. You know, but it's not. But there's extremism. It's far right extremism, and it's because the universe is pulling us away from that, and so the old guard kind of like wants to dig its heels in, and it's the death throes effectively. It will go.
Well, I also think that if we look at things and try to make a little bit of logic from them, Leo is ruled by the sun, and Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, but Aquarius is the opposite sign. So all of these lessons are being pulled forward, and it's very possible that as we tick into the age of Aquarius, that the sun would respond, you know, to that pull, that opposition.
What's this say? If the sun changes, then it's a flip of polarity. It's a change in the air, and the universe is making room for what is new and necessary. Agreed. I don't know if we've done a deep, long sort of study of the sun's magnetic poles. I don't think we've had the equipment to be able to measure it for that long.
The astronomers can just recognize these things
right,
as they
but
occur.
But certainly, you know, for millennia, we've tracked the passage of the moon and the sun. You know, I mean, Stonehenge.
Stonehenge does document this 18.6 year cycle as well.
Yeah, you can map the lunar nodes and the predict eclipses, which is kind of like amazing stuff when you get there.
So Stonehenge is quite an incredible place.
Isn't it? But what's the thing is, it's just the way that everything seems to be synchronizing right now. It's like everything is joining together, and we've got this excuse me, this synchronicity of energy, which I think is a really good thing. It's scary and unsettling in a lot of places, but you know, there's an old builder friend of mine who I first met when I came over here. He would like suck his teeth and go, "Oh, it's all got to come out, mate. You know, it's all got to rip it out to build it better." And that, I feel that's almost what's going on at this moment in time.
Pluto's doing, right? So we have Pluto had reached 1 degree Aquarius, and I'd said this last week that it's going to go back into Capricorn, right? So it's retrograding now, and it's going to go back into Capricorn, and it will be in Capricorn, retrograde in Capricorn, for like its last little tour of Capricorn during our election time here in the United States.
Oh, what could possibly go wrong?
Well, no, I think it's you know, time to learn some lessons and make good karmic decisions, right? But so our full moon this month is 0 degrees Capricorn. But the full moon next month is our second Capricorn full moon, and it will be in conjunction with Pluto, right? Because Pluto is either going to be in the 1 degree Aquarius, or 0 degrees Aquarius, or 29 degrees Capricorn, that, you know, for quite some time. So those 3 degrees will definitely be close enough to the late degree of Capricorn full moon in July. So this month, between full moon and full moon, we should really see some big shifts, some big changes. And, you know, exciting, yes, but...
hold on to your hat.
Well,
or get your tinfoil hat out, maybe. I know it.
I think it's important to remember to breathe. Here's what I'm going to say. Many times when things are really painful, an exhale can ease that much better than an inhale, right? So if we take that deep breath,
breathe it out,
and we hold it and we tense everything up and we get all freaked out and, oh my God, I can't. Then everything is tense and things hurt way more, right? If I tense this muscle up to get a shot or whatever's happening, and I tense myself all up when they do whatever medical stuff they're doing, it's really bad.
Apparently that's why drunk people seldom get injured in car accidents.
Because they don't know how to tense.
Just
They don't
bounce.
tense themselves up.
Yeah.
But if at the point of that jab, stab, whatever's happening,
You breathe
that
out.
big change, if we remember to breathe out, everything relaxes.
It's like that exhale, isn't
So I think I just want to put that out there to remember that if something feels challenging or like it's going to trigger you in some way, or you feel overwhelmed or like you can't keep up, do a little breathing.
it? Indeed.
And release the feeling of stress on that out breath. So I think that's important to remember.
Yep. Don't forget to exhale is the important thing. Yeah,
What's
absolutely.
going on? I see
Oh,
Donna.
lots of people. Logan mentioned the tower. Do you know what, mate? You're absolutely right. The tower is what it would say. The falsehood is going to collapse under its own weight. The mirage, if you will, it's all going to come tumbling down. I mean, there is so much. What is it? Is Anton telling me to drink to excess? No, I'm not telling you to drink.
Oh, there's
to
all
excess.
kinds of comments. I'm trying to catch up. All right.
Just know that change is the only constant. You know, it's the thing that continues to happen the whole time, and sometimes change is slow and insidious. You know, and sometimes change is abrupt and brutal. But the more you resist, the more the corrective force becomes, you know? And so it probably will result in like a landslip, like you get in an earthquake, you know, where the tension's built up between the tectonic plates until
funny you should
something
mention that.
just jumps, you know? If I'm, not like we're ever likely to get earthquakes around here.
No, not here.
No, surely not. No.
I'm not going there again, because I will have to get the tinfoil hat. But I'd also like to talk about the opportunities that these two Capricorn full moons give us, right?
Why not? Yeah.
So Capricorn is the merchant banker, and well, they also have like their little hidden agendas, but for us personally to harness this and use it for positive magic, Capricorn is the best prosperity full moon. So you could set an intention on this full moon, and you could, for a couple of days build good financial things, and then while the moon is waning, you could release debt. And then while the moon is building again to that second Capricorn full moon, you could increase things that have to do with money, career, things like that. And, give yourself reasonable goals to be able to pay your bills or to be able to move to a new place. Or, you can't really start out by trying to create,
Well,
lottery wins and things like that necessarily, because there's a lot of people pulling at the same thing. But work for something for yourself that you feel would be really prosperous, right? And if all of you could put a good word in to the big good thing of your choice for Celtica, that would be helpful as well.
oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's make it so.
And the other thing I really wanted to talk about, because we started to talk about it, but we didn't talk about it very much, was Jupiter in Gemini. So Jupiter is in the first couple of degrees of Gemini, and we said that it was trining Pluto.
Okay.
And because they're both sort of outer planets, we would leave a larger degree and still consider it to be a trine. Let me just see what Samaj is saying here.
Integrating energy.
Integration, I often find, is the thing that we forget to add in the mix. If we don't integrate, then we can't upgrade. That's true. Well, I think, Logan, drink water. Yeah. I do think that as a whole, we are being offered this ascension or this understanding of the age of Aquarius. But I'm not sure everybody's going to get it.
No, you can take a person to information, you can present them with knowledge, but you can't make them think.
Can't make them think.
And I think that's the thing. People need to really learn critical thinking again. I think we've gotten, society has gotten to the point where it's also been dumbed down by being spoon-fed so much information and disinformation that discernment is difficult for a lot of people now, you know?
So
what's the feckin' truth, you know?
Let's think about this combination. Jupiter, we know, is the great benefic, the planet of expansion.
And higher thinking.
And it kind of opens and moves forward and offers us a way to go. And whether we go or not is up to us, right? So we can say that Jupiter is the planet of luck and, expansion and growth and great beneficiary, but we have to do something. We have to take an action in order to receive this blessing, right? So in other words, you're not going to win the lottery if you don't buy a lottery ticket.
Well, it will be much harder.
So that's this kind of idea that here comes this opportunity, this benefit for you. And in order to take advantage of that benefit, you have to take some sort of step, right? So Jupiter in Gemini, think about Gemini, ruled by Mercury. Here we have communication, creativity, short distance travel. There's a lot of stuff that goes along with Gemini. The journalist, the reporter, the one who finds information out. And maybe there's something you want to put in the narrative in your head about yourself, or in the narrative to an employer, or just you find a better way to create a mantra to manifest with. All of these things are kind of being offered with that combination of Jupiter and Gemini. And then if you know your natal chart, certainly look to where this is happening. Like mine is happening at the second half of my house of career is this early degree of Gemini. So I'm really, really going to work to manifest positive things with career for myself. And now this is... You're really having terrible allergies today.
No, it's bad.
This is trining Pluto, and Pluto wants to, tear it down and build something new. So what are you going to work to release and replace with something better? And what narrative are you going to give yourself? What mantra are you going to give yourself? And how are you going to create benefit or prosperity for yourself? So really think about that.
Hatch your plans
this
down.
Week, and use that energy along with that energy of the solstice and the sun's peak of power and the Capricorn full moon. And the sun in Cancer is very healing as well. But I would recommend doing two different rituals. Like you wouldn't necessarily do magic for yourself in your solstice ritual.
No,
your
probably
solstice ritual should be magic for the gods, right? Like turning the wheel, sympathetic magic, that kind of thing.
Excuse me, I've got to get a drink of water.
Okay.
Back in a
So
second.
that's the difference between a Sabbat and an Esbat ritual, right? At Sabbat, we're doing magic on behalf of the gods. We want to turn the wheel. And for an Esbat, a full moon, new moon, waning, waxing, whatever Esbats you follow, you do magic for yourself. But this is a really, really wonderful week as the moon is waxing. We're coming into just this really prosperous energy for the full moon. And the lead up to that full moon is the last few degrees of Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. So a great time to build energy, a great time to build knowledge, a great time to really think about things and create a positive narrative.
1,000 pardons,
All
peeps.
right,
I'm so
let's see
sorry.
here. Sounds like a writing of a book on astrology. Oh, well, yes.
Yes, yet another project. That'll be fun. So, yeah, interesting times, good times. You know, even though you've got sometimes frenetic energies to deal with, you know, problematic energies to deal with, it depends on how you utilize those
It's
energies.
only a problem if you look at it as being a problem.
Right, because in another perspective, in a different perspective, it's actually an opportunity. It's a feature, you know, not a bug.
Right.
So you can definitely use that. Listen, guys, there's a lot of you watching us and not a lot of likes. Why? Can you remedy that? If you're watching us on the TikTok, would you please share? Because we're going to start pulling cards very soon. Brilliant time for us to focus on which we want to manifest. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Hatch your plans.
Over the next 6 months, yes. And if you thought the first 6 months went quickly, it's really funny because I called today to check on a doctor's appointment. I have, you know, they vampires want me. So I called the lab to see when my appointment is. And the lady first said, "Oh, okay, yes, it's next Monday, January." Oh, excuse me.
What am I talking about?
I mean July. I said, well, I'm sure it does still feel like January. But if you thought we got here really quick, we're going to be through the election and into December before we really know it.
I know.
So,
it's kind of crazy.
So,
Crazy,
you know,
man. Crazy.
What I'm going to say, people, is just ride the wave. You know, ride the wave.
Hello, Gloria. Oh, there
Hi,
you
Gloria.
go.
We haven't seen you in a while.
Missed the daily reading of the cards. What, tarot for tomorrow?
Yeah,
Well, we need a few more people watching it.
Yeah. It just, you know, you try different things to try to promote, and I try to treat the social media and the ideas for getting views and followers and things like that like a business. And if I'm going to put all that time and effort and energy in, it has to pay off, because I could be both of us could be putting the time and effort and energy into something else. We also have this year like a second full-time job as gardeners.
Here.
You know,
Jens Alois maybe in the soil.
we have 25 chickens, and we have 17 raised beds and 60 giant grow bags and a lot
huge
of
pots.
Right, so we're like pruning tomatoes, picking strawberries. Today I see that we have some blueberries that are ready. There's blackberries coming, there's raspberries coming, there's gooseberries coming. And we just have a ton of work, but it's all very positive work. You know, we're selling the eggs to raise money for the church, and later on I'm sure we'll be selling some canned goods or
fresh produce
at you know, before Circle. So
and opossum hunters. I've been hunting opossums.
no, the possums don't eat everything.
No,
It's the groundhogs and the rabbits and the squirrels and the groundhog ate 16 bags. Hi, Cass. The groundhog ate 16 bags of brassicas, all the broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage mode done. So they need relocation.
Yeah, well, they will get bounced.
So I put you on the list, Cass. How so much bounty? I hope so. I mean, the groundhog doesn't like tomatoes or peppers, but they did eat the tops off an awful lot of the potatoes, and I thought potato greens were not very healthy for animals, but they seem to.
I guess
you would think they'd know what to eat.
goats can eat poison ivy.
Goats can eat poison ivy, yes.
Yeah, it is. Critters are frustrating. You know,
And I've never seen so many slugs. The one day I think we found 16 slugs. The chickens were ecstatic.
Chickens were very happy. They're quite extra protein for them. Yum.
Yeah, they love it.
Well, the chickens would do natural bug control, but they would also tear up everything in the vegetable bed, so you can't really
Oh, the
lose them out.
raccoons were in the attic at 180. They didn't thankfully come out here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, raccoons, I don't think they eat much in the way
Produce?
of vegetables. No.
No, they're carnivores.
Small critters.
All right.
Throw it all to the floor then.
Well, she just came flying out, the high priestess,
Ask the right questions.
and you'll receive the answers.
And Anna Marie says, "Hey there, found you on TikTok." Well, hello,
Hey,
Anna
Anna
Marie.
Marie, how
Thank
are
you,
you?
thank you, thank you. We are indeed on the Talk of Tick.
We are everywhere.
If you're watching on the Talk of Tick and you want to get on the list to get a reading, because we do one-card readings for everybody who's joined us. If you see your name appearing in green, you're a channel member, and you will get a reading. And if you're on the Talk
She's
of
gone over
Tick,
it there, yeah.
well, on the Talk of Tick, then you can either become a channel member. I think we've got that, or you can throw us a donut.
Oh, the chipmunks will climb to get your tomatoes? There's a lot of chipmunks out there. Maybe I'll just get an attack cat.
Ducks are great slug hunters, but messy.
Yeah, the ducks are messy.
Waterfowl.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right, who we got for
Whenever anything flies over the chicken coop, that it's enclosed, that's got chicken wire on the top and tarps for shade, but there's some open spaces. And whenever anything flies over, Hector, the rooster, he growls this weird. And
He's noisy.
yeah, he doesn't like waterfowl. He especially does not like ducks and geese. They're way too big and scary.
Or herons. Say no more. Say no more.
Oh, goodness.
What's this? I have you both here and TikTok.
On TikTok at the same time.
Well, yeah, you get a wider view on the thing. I mean, I think we need to get to something like.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, the caterpillars. Yeah, they're dying off here. Apparently there's been like a mass
They
extinction on
ate
the
a
ridge.
couple of our apple trees, but we were able to go out and actually pick them off. And yeah, it's been brutal. Yes, we have 3 apple trees, a pear tree, a peach tree, a plum tree, all kinds of berries, and then all the, your regular corn, potatoes, peppers, tomatoes, onions. Rabbit mowed off all the carrot tops. We have cucumbers. And I even have a really nice big bed of lavender that's starting to fill in.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have some herbs. I have parsley, thyme, feverfew, chamomile, sage. What else have I got out there? I always forget the one that the Achilles. Oh.
Arrowroot. Arrowroot. I can't remember now.
Oh my God. I can. Yarrow.
Yarrow.
Jesus.
There you go. Not arrowroot. Yarrow.
Yarrow.
There was an arrow in there. You just got to put a y in front of it.
Mullein, borage. I've got about 16 bags of herbs, and so far they haven't eaten too many of those. What do we got here?
Talking
Do
about tent
chickens
caterpillar.
eat the caterpillars? I don't know. I didn't feed them to them.
They don't. The problem is with the spongy moth or the tent caterpillars or the gypsy moths, as they used to be called before that, is that they don't have any natural predators because they've got all this nasty, horrible, toxic, irritant.
No, we didn't feed them.
So they, I've still got welts on me
Yeah, and
from
we do
where they
have
rolled
some-
across me.
We do have some monarch caterpillars
Yes.
out in the garden, so we're very careful of those guys. When we're watering and such, we're very careful of them.
Yeah, they're in the garlic bed, which is kind of interesting, but they're not doing any harm.
Yeah, next month we'll have a huge empty garlic bed. I have some more tomatoes in the I call it the greenhouse, but it isn't really. It's the seedling place. I have even more tomatoes in there. Another 60 tomato plants.
Oh my God.
Because so many were self-set. Hi, Heather. So many were self-set that I saved them and put them in cups, so now they have to have a place too. Comfrey did not take.
It makes a wonderful natural liquid fertilizer, but we're struggling to grow it.
Anybody growing meadowsweet?
Oh, we used to have a beautiful meadowsweet at the cottage, didn't we?
Samaj, if you have any comfrey that's rooted and you wouldn't mind giving me a piece of that. I tried to grow that from seed and it just didn't take. My savory didn't come up this year. And then I have some asparagus that I'm going to make an asparagus bed too. So we've really got a lot going on, and I really want to get cucumbers so we can do pickling.
Jessica has meadowsweet.
Jess has meadowsweet. Oh, I have that little plant that you, the little yellow flowers. I can't remember what you called it. I have it marked out in the room.
Waiting for the monarchs to come and set eggs. I don't know. They really like our garlic bed. So we saw 6 or 7
I have lots of
caterpillars.
comfrey. Oh, I would love some to plant because it just, I tried to grow that, savory and asparagus, and it just didn't go very well. So, I mean, they can't all be successes, right? You can't have everything be a success. And I didn't realize in all my squash bags, I planted sunflowers. And I didn't realize that the sunflower roots would impede the squash from growing. So that's another whole debacle.
There's a
We have
learning
beautiful
experience.
sunflowers, but the squash plants didn't really grow much from the cup we planted out. So I planted
when
more
we get the
zucchini in
poly
another
tunnel
bed.
going, yeah.
Yes, we're working
we still
on
got
that.
2 beds to move because unfortunately
We had put 4 more beds in this year, and then we have to move those in order to put the polytunnel in, but we'll get there. But like I was saying, that's like another whole full-time job, just taking care of the garden. And now this week it's going to be brutally hot. Brutally hot.
we may do something other than garden.
I think
Although we have to water. We're going to have to
probably
water.
make
We probably
candles.
need to get up really early and water at this point before the heat of the day. Yeah.
Buzz button, yes.
Buzz buttons?
That's what I got from Jessica.
Oh, buzz buttons.
Oh, St. John's wort, that would be lovely too.
St. John's wort.
Once we
St. John.
finish more of the yard cleanup on the other side, behind the little building that we had built, that's where the herb garden is going to go. So right now I have them in grow bags, but later on they'll be in beds. And I also want to get some roses because it'll be like the herb garden / tea garden that
Tea
will
garden.
be over there. And that'll open up that space along the fence for more vegetables.
So there you go.
All right.
All
Off
right.
we go now into the reading. Gilda was here first.
Hello, Gilda.
You
Who's
wanna-
going first?
You go.
You go. You go, she says. Oh, frustration.
Gilda,
Still-
Gilda, don't stress about it.
I think you're feeling quite emotionally conflicted at this moment in time. That you want to be doing the right thing, but instinctively feel it isn't the right thing, or whatever. I think this is like a lot of emotional heartache. For you, just remember to breathe. I think that is so important. You know, it is difficult when you find yourself caught in a situation to which there isn't an immediate and easy solution, and it involves emotions. You know, it's tricky, but just remember, the strongest force in the universe is love. And so if you can bring love to the situation in whatever form that you can, it's going to feel a lot better for you. How about it?
Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans is kind of my motto for this one, right? That you think you're on the right track and you're doing everything that you can do, and then things still are not so nice. And I'm going to say this is a great time astrologically to learn from our mistakes as well. So if you have given someone the benefit of the doubt in the past who's turned around and put another sword in your heart, don't give them another opportunity to do that.
Yep. Boundaries.
Boundaries. All right, shrubs, yes. Love the magic elixir. Oh, yes.
It is.
All right, I'm first for Savannah.
So there you go.
Savannah.
Cards.
Ooh, really, really good news. Now is the time, Savannah, to manifest what you want to hear. Now is the time to get those papers signed. Now is the time to pay attention to messages.
So, Knight of Wands. This is one of my old soul cards. This is just my own particular take on that. Them pyramids there, they tell me that. So, you may find it's useful to rely on your intuition in a particular, in moving forwards. It's not just what you've heard. What do you feel? What do you feel? Does this truly resonate inside? If so, you've got a good vibe about it, even if you can't necessarily express it. I would leap on it. I feel that is a great time to jump forwards here, and very quick thinking. Very quick thinking. I think there's lots of flashes, of inspiration will be coming your way. So yeah, interesting.
All right.
Who we got now?
You're first for Sean.
Angwaitha pawb yn popus, rini yamaro hyd. In spite of everyone and everything, we're still here. It's okay. Yeah, it's been a bit of a challenge. Yeah, there's been a few problems to overcome. However, I think your defences are very much still intact. That, you might have taken a scrape here or there, but you're also on the outside of your defences, not hiding within, which I think is good. It means that you are open and willing to embrace challenge. But I think sometimes you still get hung up on past mistakes, and it's okay. Just assimilate the knowledge that you've gleaned from them, rather than try to bring that same thing forward. So it becomes tacit and real when it isn't. It's just, there you go.
All right.
That's my thing.
Nines are completions of a cycle. And I like that he has this white, like a white band on his head. And if we think of if somebody was, going to use their handkerchief and fly it as surrender, I think the message I'm just feeling here today is surrender to what you know in order to create the completion of this cycle, right? You have this offer of surrender wrapped right around your third eye. Surrender to what you know and allow the completion.
Yes, and prepare to capitulate to the Holy King. Sorry.
Hello, my name is Enrico Montoya. You killed my father, prepare to die.
Right. Oh dear. Sorry.
All right,
So
Laura.
people are asking how we get readings on the tick of tock. Well, we would like a donut, please. Send us a donut.
TikTok makes me crazy. All right, Laura. I'm focused, Laura. Oh, Laura. I use this as my self-employed card, and I think this is a wonderful message about manifesting, creating, and doing things multifaceted, right? Like meeting the public, creating the item, selling the item, caring for your business, arranging things.
Julie Brown.
Pardon?
Julia Brown, stick her on the list.
She gave us a donut?
She did.
All right, Julia.
I'm doing that. It just scrolls so fast, so quickly. Keep going. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Anyway, Laura, success. Financial success through the work that you put into your business.
Yeah, absolutely. Laura, there's nothing wrong with your work ethic. This is very much somebody who's prepared to knuckle down and do what's necessary. And this very much is about, leading your own thing, lifting it up, making it work, displaying your wares, literally hanging your own shingle to be noticed, and taking pride in what it is that you're creating. Because It's good. It's good. So have at it, more of the same, and you will do well.
All right. You are first for Jess.
Hello, Jess. Oh, aha.
That's the real estate card, but she's already just moved.
This does not suck.
No.
This does not suck. So where I come from, a house on a hill with a river running past is a really, 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 really good sign. Not only that, we got a weir, so you get to feed yourself too. I think this is a most auspicious card, and aces to me is this is like pivotal. We're actually happening right now, like not next week, whatever. Now,
No, new beginnings. Yeah.
now. So this is I think you're even though you've had some unbelievable challenges, and life tried to conspire against you and give you a bit of a kicking, you're coming out the other side of this a hell of a lot better where you are right now than you would have been had you have remained where you were, if you know what I mean. So I think you're this is a celebrate it,
Yeah,
just keep doing what you're doing.
I think this is talking about tremendous growth.
Yeah.
Tremendous growth. And you notice that hand is holding the wand. So they are or you are in a place now to control the growth and make it happen even quicker and more abundantly. I don't know what that noise was.
I don't know. Maybe somebody sent us something. We'll figure it out.
I don't know. TikTok makes me nuts. But this is very, very positive, and use that Jupiter energy. Grow, grow, grow.
Grow,
All
grow,
right.
grow your
I'm
boat.
first for Logan.
Logan!
Sticking out down here.
I wonder if Logan's ever watched Logan's Run.
Logan, I think this is about making investments in yourself. Right? I know that you've been taking classes and doing personal meditative work and that kind of thing, and whatever it is that you're doing to create a connection between you and your gods, that investment is going to really, really help you move forward.
Yeah, this is actually sitting in quite a good position. I think you're going to do even better in your whatever it is you do for your revenue stream. Whatever the thing is, there's a probable promotion or something or more responsibility, but I see it as a lift up the ladder, and I think definitely enjoying the fruits of your labors here a little bit, but just watch out the propensity. Just remember, you always got to be kind, and always remember to nurture yourself spiritually as well. Don't neglect that. That's hugely important.
You're first for Samaj.
What on earth is that? Ayahuasca?
I think it's some sort of Native American
Ayahuasca.
peyote or something. I don't know.
Who am I for?
Samaj.
Samaj. In the words of Yoda, choose you must. Choose you must. Not everything is always the same. Not always everything it appears either. It could be,
Nor is it otherwise.
or nor is it necessarily otherwise. It's, I don't know. I think really there are some things you need to ponder, but don't get hung up on the fact that think, I can only possibly make one choice, because in the words of the prophet Led Zeppelin, there may be two paths you can go by, but you can always change the road you're on. So it's not like you're stuck with the consequences of your decision, but don't procrastinate to the point where you can't move forwards. Deal with it, make a choice, and test and adjust as you go.
All right. I think that you have a really, really good ability to read people and help people, whether it's through cards or astrology or Reiki. And it seems like you might be thinking about jumping back in the the crazy pit a little bit. Sometimes we make the decisions to kind of, like he was saying earlier, set boundaries or keep to ourselves and not really use our gifts for others because we need to nourish ourselves. But I kind of feel like you're taking that step to try to figure out, which cups you'll drink from and which cups you don't want to associate with.
Discernment.
I got that card last week.
Did you? How interesting.
I'm having a Shaun of the New Day experience. Yeah.
Lather, rinse, repeat. Eh?
Lather, rinse, repeat. All right, I'm first for Cass.
All right then.
I'm going to switch these around a little bit. See what we've got.
Switch them up, switch them up, switch them up.
It's here, it's here. Oh, Donna. Welcome to the sweep team. Put you on the list.
Welcome.
All right. Cass, you're gonna be fine. I think that sometimes you worry about resources, you worry about time, you worry about energy, and you kind of worry about trying to be all things to all people. What I find really interesting about this card is he's wearing one shoe and one boot.
Yes.
And I think that this indicates that you are going to move forward on the path, and you may move forward in two different ways, right? Like the boot is your utility and your mundane, and you're communicating with regular people about regular things. And the shoe is a little fancier, and that's where you may be talking to spiritual people about spiritual things. But I don't think you're going to lose track of having control over both sides of those coins.
Quite fascinating, yeah. There's a lot going on. You need to be on your toes and deal with it. But don't sweat it. You've got the capabilities to actually deal with what's going on, You are on top of it. It is not on top of you. Just remember, in the words of the great Jamaican prophet whose name I have no idea, we run ting, ting nor run we. So, yeah, it's okay. It's okay, but I actually see this as an improvement in status for you as well. If you can get on top of it, if you can knock them down, you're going to come out the other side of this an awful lot better. So there you go.
So someone is asking, can we heal for somebody for real? Well, somebody has to heal themselves.
I was going to say
but we can certainly offer tools to facilitate them being able to heal themselves.
Exactly.
Yes. But we don't, do spells on behalf of other people. And if you're local, if the person that you're looking for healing for is yourself or someone else and you're local, on Thursday nights for the next
4 weeks.
4 weeks, but not 4th of July.
Correct.
So you have to add a week after that. Four more Thursdays. We have free Reiki on Thursday evenings, but you need to call the shop and make an appointment.
So there you go. Yes, yeah, and it's filling up rather
you're,
rapidly.
You're first for Anna Marie.
Anna Marie. Dun dun dun. Oh, this will do.
Victory.
That'll do it. Yeah. It's an excellent card. I bloody love it. So you will come out of this victorious. You will overcome whatever it is that has. Whatever needs to be vanquished will be vanquished. You will come through victorious. This shows great leadership ability. This shows you really much, doing your thing. Doing your thing. So do your thing and be you. Be 100% authentic version of you. You're on the right track.
Okay. I'm first for Julia.
You didn't read Anna Marie.
I'm so sorry. I was thinking about
Perhaps I said it all.
You said it all. Yeah, I love that he's seated on this blanket of green. So not only is this victory and growth and positive energy, I also see it as winning some financial battle or reaching power over debt, something like that. getting out from under something and being able to move forward in positive ways. So I like this card a lot. I'm so sorry. I was 50 miles away thinking about something else. So now, Julia Brown, if you're still around on the tick of talk,
I'm sure she
this
must
is
be.
your card.
Julie.
Oh. I think this is saying to you, remember that it's really about the journey and not the destination. So yes, we've been talking today about manifesting things and making things happen, and that's really all well and good. And we do certainly wish that your magic and spell work is successful. But how you take the journey, your ethics and your thoughts and the way you treat yourself and others is just as important. How you get there, but knowing you're going to get there is also important. And I think this is saying, take that leap of faith in yourself.
It is, you know. A lot of people look at this person and go, look at you, you fool, you're so close to the edge, you're going to plummet to your death. Not so. The fool knows that should they step off there, they're guaranteed a soft landing, or, you know, they'll learn to fly. It is like, you know, acquire fewer needs, focus on the things that are really, really important, and invest in yourself with the necessary step of faith. Stop looking at what you think you lack or what you think you can't do, and think about what you can do, and that will move you forwards. But you just made little step of faith is necessary for you, and that step of faith is probably belief in self, I think, for you. All right. So there you go. Crash 566 Mum has liked our live a lot. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. It's very good.
Okay, you're first for Donna.
Hello, Donna. What do you got for you? Oh, my constant gardener card. Well, I know I know gardening is close to your heart. I know that much. But I don't know. I'm reminded of. I think it's Buddhist philosophy. I could be totally wrong because, as you know, I'm not a
Buddhist.
I'm not a Buddhist, but the grass grows all by itself, I think is the thing you need to remember sometimes. That, you know, just be patient. Just do the simple things that are necessary. You know, you don't have to do anything over the top here. Keep your eye on that because we've got people we need to do here.
There's only one donut.
Patricia, which got a number 2 gift about. Send us a donut. We need donuts. That's what we need.
It'll tell you on the top.
All right. I'm sorry. Very confused. Right. So just be patient. Do the things that need to be done. Just those simple things, and it will come into being beautifully. It really will sort of leap forwards.
I feel like this has something to do with disbelief about something, right? Like, I've planted the seed, I've watered, I've fertilized, I've nurtured, I've trimmed things off that were dead, I've made sure everything is perfect, I've made sure that there's just enough light, all that kind of thing. And I feel like somebody else has not lived up to the harvest, that there's been a lot of time and effort and energy spent, and there's a little bit of frustration with somebody. I think you can still pull it through, but I feel like it's kind of on you, that even though you've already done all this work, I think you're going to have to do a little bit more. Somebody else might not be able to bring it to fruition. You might have to do it yourself.
So there. Now Patricia did send a donut.
Okay, so she's the last one because it's time.
Oh, okay. Well, time flies when you're having fun.
All right, so this is the last one, Patricia. Ooh.
That'll do.
This is an offer of a really nice partnership. Coming together with a like-minded person and making some sort of commitment and allowing for this partnership to grow in positive ways.
It is. It isn't necessarily either a straight up. Cat's found a donut there. Oh well, touche.
Seems someone is gaslighting you. Yep.
So this isn't always a romantic partnership. It can be, but I think what's wonderful.
A business partnership.
But what's wonderful about this is that these individuals are choosing to unite. But they're not trying to subsume one another, if you know what I mean. They're looking out. They're looking out. They're looking out to those around them. It's quite a celebratory thing, this. But what jumps out to me here is this bridge. I'll just bring it forward so you can see it. There's a chuffing, beautiful bridge just there. And that bridge reminds me of the words of Ben de Gaidvran. Avor Ben be de bont. He, she, they who would be a leader must first be a bridge. So in order to bring things together, to make things work, you've got to bridge those energies, you know? You've got to bridge that don't polarize, don't try and shove it all
Yes, you didn't have to take your donut away.
We like the donut. Oh, stop now. It's going to hang up on us here. I have to drag that over to there. There we go. Thank you. I know why TikTok does that. On the hour, it'll just hang up on you. So yeah, bridge. Did you do...
I did that one.
You did this? You did. All right then. So we need a card for the
week.
The week. Card of the week. What are we going to do for the card of the week?
I'm going to pull it.
Okay.
And we're going to remember that this is a magical week filled with magical energy. The solstice, the full moon, Jupiter trine Pluto, Jupiter in Gemini. Oh, great.
Emotional frustration seemingly here.
All right, remember what I said when we pulled this in the beginning. Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. So I think this means have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C so that you can get through with what you want in spite of what's thrown at you.
Yeah, there will be some things that we experience as we go through this week that kind of cut us a little bit. But, you know, we are Scottish heritage, if you will. The Stuart motto is strength at the sight of a wound. So maybe, you know, we can use that to find strength, you know, and not allow our emotions to be run through.
Yeah, that's where we
know?
started, Gilda, with you. Yeah.
Yeah. So a tricky energy week. I think there may be some things that come up in the news that aren't. That don't sit well with a lot of us.
No, have a plan.
It seems like the world's gone mad, and probably has. So you know, just remember you gotta pour love into the mix, and you know, don't let your heart be crushed. Your spirit.
Right.
Be
Don't
crushed.
get derailed by something that could be perceived as a setback.
Mm-hmm.
Have a plan to go over it, around it, through it, and you know, have a plan A, which is your best case scenario. Have a plan B, which is the next thing you'd accept. Have a plan C, which is still something positive that you want to manifest, but it may not be your best way of getting there. But know that in your heart of hearts, know that you're getting to your destination for that magic.
Mm-hmm.
And don't accept less.
Do not.
All right.
Do not. Thank you so much for your time and watching and all that fun stuff. We're going to go forth come 5th and win a cup now. And
have a meeting with our tarot artist on Zoom.
Never mind the smoke. That's it. All right. Thank you so much. We're going to say goodbye to you guys on the TikTok. Go away.
And thank you all very much for coming together and watching us. And thank you for Donna for joining the Sweet Team.
Yes.
Sweet Team. And don't forget that you get karma points money when you join the Sweep Team. What the heck's going on here?
I'm pressing the button. Bye.
Pressing all the buttons. Bye.
I'm pressing the buttons. All right. We're going to say goodbye now. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Stats.
2 gifters. 6 62 diamonds, which wasn't one.